The following portion of the Arizona Daily Mix was sponsored by Touchmark.
One thing I love about Touchmark at the ranch is how wonderful you are to the community of veterans who live here, and I think there are over 60.
There are actually 62 residents who've served in the armed forces that live here at Touchmark at the ranch. And many of them have served in different ranks. Some have served even up to 30 years of service.
Well, and of course, we're going to talk to Roger in just a moment, who's lived in the Prescott area 43 years and lived here 2 years. But before we get to that, I want to talk about the event. We're going to talk about a Veterans Day event, but you celebrate your veterans year-round. I was lucky enough to be out here for Dream Flights. What an incredible day that was.
Dream Flights really was a neat experience for a lot of our residents. We actually took them to the airport and we gave them the flying experience over Prescott. Lots of them had never flown since they had served the military. We also honor in different ways. One of the neat things coming up for our residents is on November 8th, we are honoring all the veterans of Touchmark at the Ranch, but also the Prescott community. So here at Touchmark at the Ranch, from 3 to 5, the community and the residents will come down and celebrate Veterans Day.
And I know you've got a chaplain coming as well. There's going to be music, there's going to be dessert.
We're really proud to be partnering with Arizona Life. Their chaplain will be coming into the community. We have military honors for them, songs for them, and really a big celebration to thank the veterans of the community for all they've given to us.
Well, that brings me to you, Roger. Thank you so much for sitting down with us. I know you were honored the past 2 years at the Touchmark at the Ranch Veterans Day event.
Yes.
And what did that mean to you to be part of that?
Well, returning from Vietnam, many of us were given the opposite treatment. This was a very welcoming, warm, and heartfelt. We could understand that we were truly being honored, and to have our families and friends in the audience for that event was really a blessing.
That was so beautifully put. I know you served in the Army in Vietnam. You started as a private, you left as a sergeant. How do you feel about that experience now?
Looking back now, I've reflected on it many times over the years and come to grips with what we did there and why we were there. Unfortunately, many did not have a good experience and have borne the price mentally and physically for their service in those days, but for me it was something I was honored to do.
You mentioned that at the time the homecoming wasn't always a welcoming one, so it must be nice to be part of events like this where you are celebrated as you should be.
That is true. I remember the train ride home from Fort Lewis to Southern California, and I was in uniform by myself, and no one on the train would even look at me or come up and talk to me, because at that time, 1969, in the summer, things had changed in the United States. As far as the war was not something that people were supporting, and it was borne by those of us that returned to face that.
Well, I'm so grateful that Prescott has embraced the veterans who are not only here at Touchmark at the Ranch, but in the community. And Joe, thank you for all that you do.
Thank you for all you do for our veterans, and thank you, Roger, for serving our country.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The preceding portion of the Arizona Daily Mix was sponsored by Touchmark.